Hi, Pam and Maddie. Thank you for sitting down and telling a little bit about your story. Maddie, I know you had come to my office because your mother was concerned about you having headaches, and I think she said you were, really when you came home from school at the end of the day, you had a lot of headaches. You were feeling, you were having a little bit of trouble in school concentrating. You felt shaky and didn't feel yourself. Can you just tell me a little bit about what was going on?
Well, starting at probably the end of 7th grade, I started getting dizzy a lot, and I noticed I was getting headaches constantly every day, and it started to affect my sleep, and I couldn't get rest, and my back would always hurt, and I would get really angry and cranky all the time, and I felt really shaky and weak all the time, and I didn't know why. And yeah.
Probably was pretty uncomfortable feeling, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. How did you feel like? Was it hard for you to concentrate in school?
Yeah, I noticed that at the end of the year, I kind of just started to give up and actually got a couple bad grades. And I would doze off a lot, and I actually fell asleep a couple times too.
Yeah. Well, that's understandable. And then, so Pam, as a mother, what did you what were you thinking, or what did you do?
Well, at first I thought, with the headache, she said it's so often. Actually, we had an MRI done. I took her to the pediatrician, and we had blood work done, and it kept coming, everything came up negative because her headaches were so often, and her neck. They also even x-rayed her neck. So I guess it was during basketball season. She was having a tryout, and she was running back and forth in the courts, pretty fast. And next thing you know, she was just down and got dizzy, didn't completely faint, and then did all that shaking. So then they told me she had hypoglycemia, they thought. So we went to a doctor for that. They told me it was salt. Went to a doctor for that. And then they said maybe it's her heart. Went to a doctor for that. And everything kept coming up negative, and even the MRI and everything. So from there, we kind of just started to look at the hypoglycemia. We did the 6-hour hypoglycemic test, and that did show a little bit of her dropping, and that's why she was shaking and those things. So from there, though, we did our own bit of a diet just off the internet, to see what would be good for that, and she measured her blood sugar. But she didn't seem to really be getting better, and it made her very scared, when she would be out of control shaking. So she did a lot of, so we decided then to finally come to you.
Okay. And
for the nutrition and the chiropractic care. Okay.
And Maddie, I know I did a nutritional evaluation on you, and I think when we started giving you some supplements, and I know you had gone to a cardiologist, and they checked you out, and the cardiologist said there was nothing wrong with your heart. And in fact, that time they did a blood glucose tolerance test on you, and they said, your legs were shaking at the time when they did a stress test on you, and yet your blood sugar didn't show that it was low. And I think I told you, and you called me, and you asked me about that, and I said, Pam, it doesn't mean that she doesn't have low blood sugar, because my tests show that she definitely had low blood sugar. So we put her on some supplements. And Maddie, you haven't been on those supplements all that long, but I'd probably say, a few months at least?
Yep.
And how are you feeling?
Like back to normal, like I was.
Back to normal. How are your headaches?
I haven't gotten a headache in forever.
And how do you feel, how's your concentration?
I actually a lot better, and I'm getting a lot better grades, and I have just a better attitude about everything. And
don't get as cranky as much?
Yeah.
Yeah. And look at that smile. I mean, that's, you can just tell the difference in her. She has that smile. Before, you did look worried and concerned, and I can see a totally difference in you. And how are your legs now? How do you feel? Do your legs shake much anymore?
No, not at all, actually.
I just
try to work out more and gets used to it, and I'm starting to adjust more to it.
Great. Well, I think that, is there anything you'd like to tell people about getting chiropractic care and nutrition? And we also said that you need to get your spine adjusted to allow that nerve energy to flow through your body. So you've been getting adjusted and you've been taking the nutritional supplements. Is there anything you'd like to tell anybody that might be having your kinds of symptoms? Would you recommend them coming to get care?
Yeah, that it works. Like,
That's great.
it's going out to doctors all the time and them telling you there's so many different other things, and so many different other diseases and all that, and you just want an answer, and it's so easy here.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. I'm so glad you're doing better, and it's just so wonderful that you're feeling better, and I'm so happy, and I can just see a big difference in the way you're doing. So thank you very much for sharing this with people, because I know they could really this could help them. So thank you so much, Pam. Thank you, Maddie.
Thank you.
You're welcome.